Hello students, welcome to the online lecture series organized by Gokhale Education Society, Nashik. In this video, we will be dealing with the poetry section. So, let's begin our video with the explanation of 2.3 There is Another Sky by well-known poetess Emily Dickinson. In the beginning, let me tell you something about the Emily Dickinson. Emily was a well known poet of the 19th century. Her poems are inspirational, motivational, unique, and good to learn, as they are composed in simple and short lines. This particular poem of Emily gives us a message of positivity and hopefulness. She has written more than 2000 poems. Now let us understand what the poem is about. This poem is a Petrarchan sonnet. A sonnet is a type of poem that has 14 lines containing octave and sestet. The first 8 lines are called octave, whereas the last 6 lines are called sestet. In this sonnet, the poet is trying to communicate to her younger brother Austin, who has left home due to depression and frustration. So his sister, that is poet Emily Dickinson, tries to persuade her brother for returning home. She suggests him to face the challenges of life and tackle them bravely and positively. Before I explain the poem in detail, let me read this poem for you loudly. There is another sky, ever serene and fair, and there is another sunshine, though it be darkness there. Never mind faded forest, Austin. Never mind silent fields. Here is a little forest, whose leaf is evergreen. Here is a brighter garden, where not a frost has been. In its unfading flowers, I hear the bright bee hum. Prithi, my brother, into my garden come. Now, let us look at the first 4 lines of the poem. Students, do you know the poem begins with the title line, and Emily did not provide title to her most of the poems. So, each poem's first line became the title of her poem. The poet has addressed this poem to her younger brother, Austin, who is in depression, and due to it, he has left his home. And we all know that the brother and sister relationship is a very strong bond. It's an important relationship in your life. So here in this poem, the Emily Dickinson and her brother, they know each other very well. So here, Emily, being an elderly sister, is so much concerned about her brother that she writes a letter to him and composes a poem to express her feelings. She tries to cheer him up, asking him to return home and face the challenges of life with the positive attitude. So the poet is saying that there is another sky. That means there is another better place for you to live. There is another place which is very calm and peaceful. Serene means peaceful and calm. Talking about the sunshine, she says that there is yet another sunshine which has the potential to shine through the darkness. The title indicates a new sky for the better way of life. It also suggests another world in which one can lead his or her life peacefully. Emily is so much concerned and worried about her brother as he is going through a tough time. So, through this poem, she tries to convince him to return home and she tries to inspire and encourage him too. So, she tells him that he should not worry about the tired and troublesome condition of his life. Though in the world of Austin there is darkness, he should not think about it because in this new world there is new sunshine and it is the world of new energy and enthusiasm. She wanted to portray the idea of home as something very special. No matter what changes around, but home will always be home. Emily, being loving sister, wanted her brother to know that there might be a darkness and the flowers may be dried, but here there is always sunshine and the flowers are forever blooming in her garden. In the next four lines, the poet tells her brother to ignore the faded forest and the silent fields or barren fields which could not produce good crops. Faded forest here indicates failures, and she tells her brother to forget the failures and come to her little garden or little forest whose leaf is evergreen. That means the greenery of the forest stands for the happiness and joy. In the sustate, that is in the next six lines of the poem, the poet continues to describe her garden. In these lines, she uses the word brighter. That means choices that life offers to all. It is a place where there never has been nor will there be a frost. Frost here stands for the negative meaning. So, in her garden, where there is brightness all over, she says there is a warmth of relationship. Here you can find a good surrounding to inspire you. The flowers of her garden are unfading. They live forever beautiful and don't fade away at all. The poet listens to the humming of the bright bee, and the poem ends with "Into my garden come," which is an invitation to her brother and reminding that their home will always be his home. Prithi is a nickname of her brother Austin. She appeals to her brother to come to her brighter garden. So students, that was all about the explanation of the poem. So the poem ends on an optimistic note. Now let's discuss the figures of speech used in this poem. The first one, there is another sky. Hyperbole is a figure of speech that involves an exaggeration of idea for the sake of emphasis. Here, another sky is an example of hyperbole. There cannot be an another sky, but the poetess wants to convey that there is a better place for her brother. Second example, never mind faded forest. The sound of the letter F is repeated, so it's an example of alliteration. Third example, where not a frost has been. This is an example of inversion, wherein a normal order of words is reversed, which could be where a frost has not been. Students, I have given you one example of each type and I want you to find out other examples from the poem. So, thank you so much and all the very best to you.